Right, Jay Bothroyd, how confident should Arsenal be right now?
It's a derby, first and foremost, which means, obviously, it's whoever turns up on the day. Obviously, there's huge negative around Arsenal because Gabriel now is injured. He's going to be injured for, it could be a month.
We'll hear from Arteta at 1 o'clock, so hopefully we'll get an update on the timescale.
But that's a massive blow because he's great in both boxes. He's physical. He's got a great partnership with Saliba. But again, I think it will be just a tight game. Form goes out the window. And Tottenham have some players that can hurt Arsenal as well. I think Palhinha in there as well, that defensive rock, he's been fantastic. I feel like this is a game where probably Xavi Simons, he needs to, stand up now and start being more creative. I think he's played well in parts this season, but I feel like he could be the catalyst in opening defences up, especially, going forward in them wide areas.
Who should replace Gabriel? Because there are options.
Tough one, because
quite a lot of them.
Yeah, I probably would push Calafiori into the centre-back and then play Luis Skelly.
Because they've got Nkapie, they've got Mosquera, Benjamin White.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of options there. There are options, and that's one thing that Arsenal do have. They have good depth in their back line, but I probably would put Calafiori left centre-back, and then I'd put Miles Lewis-Skelly in at left-back.
Right, OK. Who's more important to Arsenal, Gabriel or Saliba?
It's a great question, to be honest. I always have this debate. I think Saliba, overall, is a better player, but I feel like Gabriel is more important to Arsenal. He's more effective in both boxes. I can imagine he would be an absolute nightmare to play against. He gets really tight, he don't let you turn, he's physical, he's strong, he's good in the air. He's that kind of defender, a bit like Rudiger, where he'll bother you when the ball's not even, when it's nowhere near you. So I actually think that Gabriel is probably more important for Arsenal's backline than Saliba, even though they're great.
On Wednesday on Sky Sports Fan Club, we had 10 fans of Premier League clubs in the studio, including an Arsenal fan. We had Jamie O'Hara there, and we had...
Jamie, yeah.
Did I say Jay O'Hara?
Jamie.
What did I say?
You said Jamie, but I'm like, he's a Tottenham fan.
Oh, right, OK. Yeah, well, this is still relevant, what I'm about to say, OK?
OK.
And we had a flash poll. Everyone had a yes or no to answer. And the question was, will Arsenal win the league? So you got 10 fans and Jamie, so 11 people. Only one said yes, that Arsenal were going to win the league.
Was that the Arsenal fan?
It was the Arsenal fan. But only one. But that really surprised me. And I haven't really still got my head around it, that only one person out of 11 thought that Arsenal were going to win the league, and they're top.
No, exactly. I mean, it is surprising because Arsenal are in a commanding position right now, playing very well, difficult to break down, difficult to score against. So that is surprising. But Arsenal have been in similar scenarios during a season where they have been in the driving seat and gave the advantage away. But again, it's the beginning of a season, Tom. It's like 11 games gone. Can we really be talking about Arsenal going to win the league, Liverpool going to win it, Man City? It doesn't matter right now. I think what Pep Guardiola said was absolutely right. I mean, the league probably does start around now, but then you want your teams to be on form around March, April, where they're like absolutely hit the ground running, they're in form, they're scoring goals, they're not conceding.
Well,
that's when it really matters.
Not if it's too late by then, though.
Yeah, I mean, if it's too late, it's too late, right? But I feel like most seasons, you've got to look at the league. January, February, you need to start getting on the form. But March, April, you need to be like in full stride.
Right, well, Sky Sports have partnered with Finalysis, an app where passionate fans share their opinions on their club. If you want to represent your club, scan the QR code here or visit the Sky Sports app for more details. Joining us now is Scarlett Katz-Roberts. Good morning to you, Scarlett. Always good to see you. Just before we get into the North London derby, then, were you surprised about that stat I've just told you, that only 1 out of 11 people in the studio said that they thought that Arsenal would win the league?
Can I first of all just say hello to Jay and thank you for backing me the other week against my sister Lola.
There you go.
Oh, actually, we've got a question for Scarlett, haven't we? I've just remembered. We've got a question. The question that... So your twin sister, for anyone that doesn't know, Lola, supports Liverpool. And she had a question that she wanted us to ask you, which was it a headbutt or was it a genuine slip? Tell us what she means, Scarlett.
Look, Like I said, VAR wasn't around in 2017 when Lacazette got a late winner against Leicester. I was going to give it to her to celebrate in her face, and I tripped on the edge of a rug and fell down onto her knees. And of course, she interpreted that as a headbutt somehow. But,
The thing is, if you headbutt her knee, it probably did more damage to you than her anyway. So was it a knee or was it, Oh, well, anyway. What do you think about the kind of lack of confidence outside of Arsenal fans that you're going to win the league even though you're top?
I mean, as an Arsenal fan, it's unsurprising, to be honest with you. We don't have concrete evidence to put in front of other fans of us winning to kind of combat the narrative that we aren't winners, despite actually being the most consistent team points-wise for the last 3 years. So I'm not surprised. And, honestly, in terms of the overall picture, does it really matter if other fans want to write you off? Probably not. I think there is a lot of noise around Arsenal because they haven't won in a long time. There always will be. My hope is just that the players are focused and relaxed, and I kind of think that's all that matters.
I actually feel like this is the most important point of the season now. Arsenal have lost Gabriel, because I feel like he's so important to the way Arsenal play. He's so important in both boxes. And in the past, Arsenal have struggled without Gabriel. So this is a moment. I know that there is depth with players that Arsenal can bring in, but ultimately that kind of loss in the North London derby is going to be difficult to play without him.
I agree, and I think this week is a gut check in many ways. Tottenham, Bayern, Chelsea. One way or another, we're going to learn a lot about this team on the other side of this. And I think in terms of Tottenham, as you allude to, the question isn't really, are Arsenal better than Tottenham? They are. The question is, can Arsenal be Arsenal without so many players? and without Gabriel, that is, when you have such high quality players, it doesn't really matter about the depth. Hincapié captained Ecuador in the week, but someone as influential as him, there is inevitably going to be a drop-off in quality when you don't have him.
So Jay said to put Calafiori into centre-back and Miles Skelly into left-back. What would you do?
You know what? I agree with Jay, actually.
You two love each other, don't you?
We've got that.
I'm not letting you two on together.
We've got a good relationship now.
This is too nice. Jay, do you know what, Scarlett? Jay argues with everybody just for the sake of arguing. He'd argue with himself who's in a room on his own, but with you, he agrees with everything you say.
It's very different being on with Jamie O'Hara and being on with Jay, I'll tell you that.
Oh, you should see when me and Jamie O'Hara are on together.
Are you nervous, Scott? I mean, going into a derby, most fans, a mixture of nervous and excitement, but mainly nervous and dread in some cases. How are you feeling going into this one?
To put it bluntly, I'm terrified. I want to say something rational to you, but my lizard North London derby fan brain is telling me that Spurs have nothing to lose. They're strong away from home. Frank has a good record against Arsenal. And actually, when he got the job, my first thought was the North London derby is going to get harder. So I think it'll be awkward, and the pressure is all on us, because if we don't win, we're bottle jobs, aren't we?
That's 100% right, and that's why I feel like it's too soon.
What a surprise.
Exactly, I'm agreeing with you again. But that's the reason why I feel like it's too soon to say that Arsenal are just going to win the league. It is not a given. There is a lot of football to be played, and I look at this game and I say, form goes out the window. It's whoever turns up on the day. Now, when I look at Tottenham's backline is very strong. You've got someone that sits in front in Palhinha that is very strong, that he reads the game. I think he makes the most tackles in the Premier League. So defensively, Tottenham are strong. Arsenal, on the other hand, we haven't been great at scoring goals and open play. And when we don't have Gabriel, that is great and dominant in the attacking box, it's difficult to see where the goals are coming from. There's no doubt about it. There's so much talent there at Arsenal. The likes of Saka, obviously Trossard's done very well. Eze's a fantastic player. But we haven't scored in open play as freely as other years.
But, Jay, I'm going to disagree with you slightly here.
Hallelujah.
We've scored less than we should have from open play. Our open play XG is actually okay, and our XG overall is second only to Chelsea in the league.
Yeah, but XG don't mean nothing. XG is one of them great stats that mean nothing.
Yeah, go on, wind each other up. Go on, go on.
But I think, we've also, like, if you want another stat, make of it what you will. We've played the most through balls in the league as well. And I think a lot of this perception about Arsenal struggling in open play does come from last season, where we did struggle from open play because we had so many attackers out.
No,
but
I'm not saying struggle. Like, I'm talking about in terms of, for the players we have, the talent that is there in our squad, we are not scoring enough goals in open play. That's what I'm saying.
I agree, actually.
There you go, we're back.
I think we will. It just depends who's on the pitch. Is Eze will probably be on the pitch. Is Odergard going to be there? Is Gyökeres going to be there? Is it going to be a very talented and excellent finisher of a midfielder playing up front? Or is it going to be a real striker? We don't know.
OK, Scarlett, great to see you. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, Scarlett. See you soon.
Thank you very much.